Good afternoon. My name is Rob Hradsky, and I am honored to serve as your new Vice Provost for the Student Experience here at Rensselaer. Tonight we have gathered here for this ceremony, which we call Convocation. It's an assembly of our academic and student life community, a ritual that enables us to formally welcome and induct you into the Rensselaer community. Tonight is your night, and we are here to pay tribute to you and to bear witness to your decision to take the next step on the path to leadership. It is with a great deal of excitement and anticipation that I say welcome. Welcome to the class of 2028 and to the students studying architecture in the class of 2029. Congratulations, you made a wise decision selecting Rensselaer, and we believe we made a wise choice in selecting you. You represent the global village. You have come from all over the United States and from around the world at large. The flags to my left and right represent the nations in your class. No matter where we come from, we are all united as one Rensselaer family. In that spirit, we say, you are welcome here, you belong here, and we support you here. Before I introduce the president of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, let me introduce a couple of individuals who will be very important to your career here at Rensselaer and ask them to stand. Ryan Ketak is our new Dean of Students. And Janelle Fayette is your Dean of the First Year Experience. And now it's an honor and a privilege to introduce you to the head of the Rensselaer family, our president, Dr. Martin A. Schmidt, a graduate of the class of 1981.
Thank you, Rob, for the kind introduction. Okay, well, we've met several times over the course of the last week, but let me now, in this convocation, make it official. Class of 2028 and Architecture Class of 2029, welcome to Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. First, I'd like to introduce the leadership team working to make sure your student experience at RPI is everything you're hoping it will be. And let me ask my colleagues as I introduce you to stand so you can be recognized, and then we'll hold the applause till the end. First, I want to introduce Craig Cook, our Secretary of the Institute and General Counsel. Next, Dr. Rebecca Dorge, our Provost. Followed by Dr. Robert Hull, Vice President for Research, and Ernest Katzwinkle, Vice President for Administration. John Kolb, Vice President for Information Services and Technology and Chief Information Officer. R. Lee, Vice President and Chief Strategy Officer for Institutional Impact. Eileen McLaughlin, Vice President for Finance and Chief Financial Officer. Hannah Rodriguez-Ferrar, Vice President and Co-Head of the Office of Community Engagement and Communications. Matt Termolen, Vice President for Institute Advancement. And regrettably, unable to join us tonight are Lou Padula, Vice President for Human Resources, Dr. Jonathan Dordick, Vice President for Strategic Alliances and Translation, Pamela Smith, Vice President and Co-Head of the Office of Community Engagement and Communications, and finally, Dr. Jonathan Wexler, Vice President for Enrollment Management. Please join me in giving these leaders a round of applause. Now, I'm sure that you are aware that RPI is celebrating its 200th year as the first technological institute in the United States, actually created 37 years ahead of another technological institute that happens to be in Massachusetts. Our charter was signed on November 5th, 1824, and the first graduating class was 10 students. So clearly we've grown. You are the class that begins our next 200 years. And what a great time to come to RPI, because we have some parties in store for you, including a carnival with food trucks, lawn games, and a Ferris wheel. And then later in September, we'll have a drone show that will tell the story of RPI, and there'll be more throughout your year here. This will be a great time for you to also learn about some of our traditions, old and new. You will want to attend the Blackout and Freakout hockey games, where with about 4,800 additional fans in the Houston Fieldhouse, we expect you to cheer so loud that the opposing team will just want to get back in their buses. You will want to travel to Albany in January to watch our men's and women's teams in ice hockey battle against Union College to capture the Mayor's Cup. And speaking of Union College, don't forget to watch the Union RPI football game, the oldest football rivalry in New York State, where we'll battle for the Dutchman's Shoes Trophy. In the spring, you'll participate in the Grand Marshal Week, and there are, interestingly enough, new traditions, like the celebration that was created several years ago and is held every fall and spring, when some of the stairs on campus are closed for winter and then reopened. Maybe this class can introduce a new tradition or revive an old one. But you'll do more than attend sporting events and artistic performances. You'll also pursue a degree in the field of your interests. And you will be challenged, probably like you never have been to this point. Up to this point, you've likely been at the top of your class, and your studies probably came very easy to you. But now you're at RPI, where we'll raise the bar by challenging you to go to new heights academically. It will be hard, and there will be failure along the way. But what you will learn is how to pick yourself up and get back at it. You will learn resilience. In May of this year, our commencement speaker was Reed Weissman, RPI class of 1997. Reed is a decorated naval aviator, test pilot, and astronaut. He spent 6 months in space on the International Space Station, and next year he is scheduled to sail around the moon as mission commander of Artemis II. But what Reed said to the graduates in May is something you need to hear. Reed described what it was like for him to earn a 17 out of 100 on one of his first exams. And what he learned to pick himself up and get back at it. Resilience, a skill that served him well as a pilot and an astronaut. You will experience challenges, but learning to recover from those challenges will be a lifetime skill that you will acquire here. And I want to stress, you are here because we know you are capable of being successful. We believe in you, and because of that, we will challenge you to be your best self. But you don't need to do it by yourself. Your fellow students are here for you, and the faculty and staff are as well. Reach out when you fall, and rely on this community to help you up. In addition to experiencing things in the classroom and participating in traditions, be sure to find other things that ignite your passion, be they research, clubs, living groups, or participation in volunteer work in the city of Troy. This will help keep the academic challenges in perspective. Lastly, let me say that you are joining a remarkable community of students. While other campuses were rocked with protests last academic year, this campus community, guided by our student leaders, found a way to support each other in spite of our differences and to learn from each other. We look forward to your participation in this learning community. Thank you. And again, welcome to the 3rd century of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. And now I'd like to ask Dr. Rebecca Dorge, our provost, to come to the podium.
Good evening, faculty, staff, and most importantly, the newest members of our cherished campus community. I'm delighted to join President Schmidt in extending a warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you. Today marks a momentous occasion in your lives. Not only are you embarking on a new academic journey, but you're also becoming part of an extraordinary community. This community consists of more than 110,000 alumni who were once in your shoes and have since gone on to make significant impacts as leaders of their respective fields. When you step onto this campus, you begin a transformative chapter of exploration and discovery. Embrace this time with enthusiasm and curiosity, as it will shape your future and allow you to uncover a very unique place in your world. The RPI faculty and staff are ready to support each and every one of you in this remarkable journey. We are committed to fostering an environment that encourages intellectual growth, innovation, and pursuit of excellence. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the academic and administrative deans who will provide academic guidance throughout your time at RPI. And as I call their name, two things. They are going to stand, and then the school that they represent will hear very loud cheers. Now, some of the schools are smaller than other schools, for example, and they're in alphabetical order. So architecture, where are you? I heard, yay. Please meet your dean, Dean Evan Douglas, School of Architecture. School of Engineering, please meet Dean Shekhar Garde. Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences, unfortunately, your Dean, Will Gibbons, is not able to join us, but let me hear you welcome him. Lally School of Management, please meet your Dean, Liad Wagman. And finally, School of Science, please meet your Dean, Kurt Brenneman. Unfortunately, the Dean of Rensselaer at Work, our digital delivery of education, Dean Eric Krauss, is not able to join us this evening. Also sending regrets, Dr. Keith Moo Young, Vice Provost and Dean of Undergraduate Education, and Vice Provost Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Dorit Nevo, is also not able to join us. Please, let's welcome them as well. On behalf of the entire faculty, I extend my heartfelt welcome to our newest students, and I wish you all the very best as you embark on this very exciting path of knowledge and personal growth. May your time at RPI be filled with inspiration, challenges, and the joy of learning. Thank you again for joining us. Congratulations.
I would now like to introduce student musicians from the Rensselaer Wind Symphony who will provide a moment of contemplation and reflection as they perform the first movement from Gustav Holst's Second Suite in F major. This movement is drawn from English folk songs whose texts tell stories of honoring farewells and celebrating great achievements. Your convocation marks the beginning of a vibrant new chapter in your lives as an individual, as part of families, and as a member of communities. While there are many changes and new challenges, there are also moments of reflection in which we realize and soak in the inherent joy in the challenges we face and the gratitude we have for friends, family, and our futures. During the performance, I encourage you to take this moment to honor your upcoming farewells and to celebrate the great achievements yet to come. Okay, fantastic. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our faculty speaker, Dr. Adam Biggs. Dr. Biggs is a historian of race, medicine, and civil rights. His research explores how early 20th century Black doctors used professional medicine to advocate for racial justice and examines how understandings of academic and professional merit are shaped by racial politics. His book project, titled Strange Cures, Black Doctors, Harlem Hospital, and the New Negro in American Medicine, 1919 to 1935, examines the role Black doctors played in the desegregation of Harlem Hospital. Dr. Biggs has taught courses on the history of race, science, and medicine, American history, and African American studies, and guides the Racial Justice Lab here at RPI. In the classroom, he invites students to explore, experiment, and reflect on the past in generative ways to cultivate their curiosity and facilitate their development as creative and critical thinkers. Before arriving in Troy, Dr. Biggs served in postdoctorate positions at the Scarlet and Black Research Center at Rutgers University and in the Department of the History of Medicine at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine. He has also served on the faculty at the University of South Carolina, Lancaster, and Chaffin University. He's received his doctorate from the American Studies program at Harvard University. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Adam Biggs.
Well, thank you for that introduction, and I will say this is quite an event. I'm glad to see you all, and I'm glad to be here as well. I want to start with a story from my own convocation. Because as it so happens, I missed my first year convocation. There was a prank that was played on the freshman class by a fraternity that told all our resident advisors that the ceremony was going to start an hour after it was scheduled to take place. And so about 10 minutes before the ceremony came to a close, about 800 or so first-year students had arrived in the auditorium. So I am glad to see you all here today, and I think it bodes well. You've already started your undergraduate career off better than I did mine. But that also puts me in a somewhat peculiar position because I think these are important ceremonies. And when the invitation to speak here came, I was happy to accept it. But I haven't actually been to one of these before. So I'm not exactly certain how they take place. And I got the program of how things were gonna play out, but I trust that you will bear with me in my effort to meet the moment. And I should say, all that being said, both my parents went to college and shared their experiences with me in their first-year convocations. My father went to the University of Wisconsin. He started there in 1959. My mother went to the University of Illinois, started there in the early 1960s. And both of them said that at those events, they were told to look to your left and to look to your right, and that one of you would not be here at graduation. And I said, that's pretty messed up. Here you are, ready to start your journey, intellectual curiosity and personal enrichment, and here's somebody putting cold water seemingly on the endeavor. You're looking for an opportunity for growth, and they are looking for an opportunity to weed you out. Now, generally speaking, and I think this was the case at my convocation as well, although I only saw a small portion of it, Generally speaking, we don't see administrators using that same kind of phrasing, using that same kind of rhetoric. We are much more leaning into the sentiment of encouraging, the sentiment of welcoming, giving you affirmations. And I want to make the point, I want to amplify those affirmations, that as somebody with a fairly rich background in higher education, that I can say unequivocally that every one of you in this room deserves to be here, and probably more so than you actually realize. But that said, while some things have changed, some things have not. And while the sentiment and the rhetoric that's used in greeting you as students and bringing you here has changed to be more welcoming, our attrition rates are similar to what they were in 1959, which is to say that mathematically speaking, at least, if you look to your left and you look to your right, there's a good chance that one of you won't be here in graduation. Now, the good news on that is that if you take that, that's true on 4 years. If you look at 5 years and you look at 6 years, we do much better. But it should be, I think, a reminder that the structures that were at work when my father and my mother began in college are still at work at the university today. And these are structures that are rooted in curriculum, rooted in the means of evaluation, the cost of your education. These things were implemented largely in the early part of the 20th century, not as tools to build you up, but really more effectively as a means to weed you out. During the course of the time that you are here, you will undoubtedly experience moments, and maybe extended moments, where you wonder if you belong, where you doubt your capability, where you may feel like you're faking it or you are an imposter. And I hope, instead of denying the existence of these experiences, that we can acknowledge them, right? And we can honor them. Because when we recognize that the structures that we are operating in are designed to make you feel that way, then we don't need to internalize those as an idiosyncrasy. We don't need to internalize those as a shortcoming. What that means is that you're actually invested in what you are doing here, and you're picking up on the messages that are often unexplicit, but that are very clearly communicated in the structures in which you are functioning. But that said, what I'm hoping we can do a little bit of is talk about a couple strategies for how we can navigate these structures while you are here, all right? And I think one of the most important things that we can do is look to cultivate communities that amplify our humanity, all right? Communities that don't weaponize our shortcomings, weaponize our insecurities against us, but create space for us to challenge ourselves and to take risk and to explore. It's good if they, get your jokes as well. Yeah, we're not like landing these today, are we? It's all right. But communities that amplify our humanity, not just recognize it, but amplify it, can be very central to our ability to navigate these structures. Also, being able to connect the work that we do in the classroom with something bigger than ourselves. And what I mean by that is I think it's very easy, particularly at a Polytechnic institute, to feel like the work we do in the classroom is isolated from the quote-unquote real world. But to the extent that we can envision the work that we do within a larger civic and social context, can add meaning and purpose to our endeavors, where the difficult moments put in perspective seem more manageable. What I'm asking you all to do here is to consider how you move away from the egocentric predicament, right? How we focus on things that go beyond self-aggrandizement and career aspirations to thinking about the work that we do in and how it serves the public good. All right. And then I'll move to wrap up a little bit. The third step that we can take in sort of dealing with the corporal experience of working in institutions, working in structures that are designed to weed us out, is to embrace our Socratic sensibilities. And what that means is that our ability to ask challenging questions of authority that will reveal our tacit assumptions and presuppositions, that will help you cultivate your own moral compass, so that when you find yourself in difficult circumstances and situations that do not have easy answers, you will have a means and the tools necessary to devise creative and innovative approaches. This is the place to ask hard questions. This is the place to explore questions that will not be as warmly embraced in organizations like Boeing and Apple and General Electric, the places where you will work after you graduate from here. This is the opportunity that you have to explore those questions. But I think if we do that, and I'll try to end this in as grandiose a way as I can sort of envision it taking place. If I can finish it with a Socratic moment. For those of you who know your Socrates, you know the unexamined life is not worth living. But for those of you who know your James Baldwin and your Audre Lorde, you know the examined life ain't easy. But if you embrace it, when you do get to graduation and you look to your left and you look to your right, you will be very different people than who you are sitting here today. You will be more courageous. You will be more compassionate. You will be more capable. And you will be more conscientious. And I will be very glad to see you then as well. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Biggs. And now it's my pleasure to welcome our alumni speaker, Aaron Amarello, who earned a BS in Mechanical and Nuclear Engineering in 2015 and an MS in Systems Engineering and Technology Management in 2021. Aaron was very active during her time at RPI. She was a member of the varsity women's lacrosse team, the Red and White Student Organization, and the Phalanx Honor Society. She served 2 years on the union executive board and was the 125th president of the union. Upon graduation, she was awarded the Livingston W. Houston Citizenship Award and was elected alumni class president for the class of 2015. She joined the Timken Company as an operations development associate and performed a variety of roles in Timken manufacturing facilities across North America, including quality, supervision, lean manufacturing, area operations manager, materials manager, and business manager. She next moved outside of Chicago to integrate and run one of Timken's newest acquisitions, Aurora Bearing Company, as the plant manager. While there, she also worked to strengthen the Chicago RPI alumni chapter and she has recently been appointed Business Manager of Aerospace Sales for Timken and is based in Michigan. Erin was named an Emerging Leader in 2020 by the Manufacturing Institute and is very passionate about encouraging and mentoring women in STEM. She likes to stay involved in her communities with a passion for coaching youth sports and supporting STEM programming for middle school and high school students. She currently serves on the board of the Rensselaer Alumni Association and is president of the newly formed Young Alumni Council. Please join me in welcoming Erin Amarello.
Good afternoon, and welcome to your new home. I am Erin Amarello, class of 2015 and 2021, and I'm the co-founder of our Young Alumni Council and a member of the Rensselaer Alumni Association. I am honored to be speaking to all of you today to welcome you to a place that I still consider home, and to tell you that you made the right choice by coming here. When I was asked to speak today, I had so many thoughts in my head. Do I tell you to try everything, to get to know people different from yourselves, to take this opportunity to be the person that you always wanted to be, to know that being nervous is okay, and you're all here because you were chosen and you belong? Do I tell you that everyone here is the right kind of different, so you're gonna fit right in? Do I tell you to study, but that the grade isn't everything, and to make sure to take care of yourselves and your friends? Or do I tell you how exciting it is to be on campus today, and this year of all years, when our alma mater turns 200? As I said, it was a lot of thoughts. A fun fact about me is that whenever I have too many thoughts, I tend to write poetry to sort them out. So I call this one, I Can't Wait to See. Go on and enter this world, mind sharp as a diamond, but heart soft and open so the world may climb in. Let each new perspective into your soul get to know your fellow humans and let your experiences mold. A thought process that knows happiness is something that when shared, you have no less and more happiness it will bring. Understand the same with knowledge, for what you give, you shall receive. Each student can be a teacher, and each new thought a seed. And when you plant a seed, you don't dig it up each day to see whether it has grown, and with your plans, do the same. Invest in yourself, but also those around you, for good deeds beget good deeds, and your impact will come through. For one mind can only do so much, but through others you may achieve more than you could ever do alone. Work together and you will see. Look to your left and to your right. These people will change the world, step by step and day by day, but do not always do as you are told. Know the rules are the rules, but they're made to be pushed and to bend, as long as they don't protect everyone and value every human head. This new generation gives me hope, the passion you all have. I'll continue doing my best to lead, but you don't have to follow my path. For older does not equal better. Wisdom does not always know best. Share your perspectives with the world, and though we millennials may jest, our generation admires your acceptance. We admire your pursuit of peace. We admire your push for transparency and the promises you push us to keep. Progress is progress, but it is often not fast enough. We must continue to pursue it, even if at times it can be rough. That is why we need all of you, new concepts and new thoughts. Take the knowledge you gain here. It is something that can't be bought. I'm not just talking about the classes and the labs and all the reports. I'm talking about friends and experiences, the clubs and parties and sports. New experiences can be scary, but a heck of a lot of fun. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to jump in and run. This campus can be magical, late at night and early morning. You'll meet friends who just get you. and together you'll be able to face anything. These things will shape who you are, and who you are is who we need you to be. I know you will change the world, and I can't wait to see. It is my hope for you that the next 4 years will transform you as a person, shape you into the you who you want to become, and extend your dreams far beyond what you currently think is possible. RPI was the first place someone looked me in the eyes and said they thought I would run a business someday, that I had a talent for leading others, and that my potential was unlimited. Let me be the first person to tell each of you that you have unlimited potential. And it is up to you to get the most out of the next 4 years as you possibly can. Learn as much outside of the classroom as you do in it. Hone your technical skills, but also your authentic leadership style. Do hard things, but know that it is okay if you fail at them. You can always dust yourself off and try again. Know that during your time here, you will meet people that will be your friends for life, and some people that are only there for a season, but they will make a lasting impact on your world. As my RPI mentor reminded me, after your 4 years here, you are still a part of this family. Make sure you return to campus, give back to students, and pay it forward. You are a student for 4 years, but you're going to be an alumni for life. The rich and vibrant RPI community that you discover over the next 4 years on campus will continue to grow as an alumni. But you don't have to wait until graduation to get to know us. Alumni are here to serve as mentors. We hire RPI graduates for co-ops and full-time opportunities. Our companies provide capstone projects. We connect to each other within and across industries, and we cannot wait to get to know all of you, our future alumni. Each of you have worked incredibly hard to get here, and I am so proud of you. And I am proud to be a fellow member of the RPI community, and I cannot wait to see how you will change the world. Welcome home.
Thank you, Erin. It's with great honor and excitement that I introduce our next speaker, the Grand Marshal of the Student Government, who holds the highest elected student office in our esteemed institution. As per tradition, she will be wearing the iconic top hat that symbolizes this distinguished position. Joining her on stage is the President of the Union, who will be assisting in the presentation of the Class of 2028 banner. This banner will serve as a symbolic representation of your journey through your time here, and you will have the opportunity to personalize it as you progress through your academic endeavors. Please give a warm welcome to the 158th Grand Marshal, Vivian Ross Nassan, a proud member of the Class of 2026, and the 135th President of the Union, Catherine Phillips, from the Class of 2024 and 2025.
Thank you for that introduction, Dr. Hadrasky, and welcome everyone. I'm here today representing all the students that are passionate about building a positive experience here at Rensselaer, and we are not alone in that. The people on the stage, as they have said, are invested in that mission as well, and are always here to help you. And now, after these speeches, I know I'm not allowed to say, look to your left and look to your right, but you can look around you and know that all the people here are here for that RPI experience. Whether that be founding a new club, competing with their team on the national stage, or being recognized for their philanthropic activities. Students at RPI do it all. And we do it all on top of academics. Most of you are not here just to learn, but to challenge and develop ideas and to grow as RPI engineers have done for 200 years. Welcome to the club. If I could give you one piece of advice standing here on the stage, is that your time here and what you make of it is only defined by you. As a student, you are able to do on-campus research, launch rockets into the sky, or be one of the main decision makers for a multi-million-dollar budget at our student-run union. If there is something you want to do, all you have to do is ask. Opportunities at Rensselaer are not defined by your experience, your gender, your major, but by drive, passion, and curiosity. And with that, on your way back to your dorms, I challenge you to think about what you can do at these next 4 years and what you want out of them. What resources RPI can help you get here, or what resources outside of RPI, like our wonderful alumni, can help you get there. I wish you the best of luck. Please know that the union is also your home, and feel free to explore the 3rd floor where lots of your clubs and the student government are housed. I wish you a great 4 years. Thank you.
Over the past few days, we've been actively engaging with one another and embracing our extended family here at Rensselaer. It has been a fulfilling experience as we found various ways to contribute to our community and actively participated in diverse programs, activities, and hall meetings. Our time here has been filled with excitement and adventure, from engaging in sports like rugby to exploring the art of laser cutting. We have immersed ourselves in the Troy community through local service projects and honed our creative skills in painting. And let's not forget the thrill of rocket launching and the harmonious joy of a cappella. But what's truly special is how we have come together and found unique ways to connect with the community we now call home. As you take a closer look, you might recognize some friendly faces among us, forming the foundation of the bonds we've built during this journey. So as we continue to grow and thrive together, let's cherish these moments and remember the beautiful memories we've created as a unified community. Here's to our shared experiences and to the connections that will endure long after these days have passed. Thank you all for making the journey memorable and meaningful. Cheers to our Rensselaer family.
You guys have seen invasive, but just killing all of our hemlock trees.
Welcome. Nice to see you. Welcome to RPI. Here we go. All righty. Yeah.
We're nerds, inventors, leaders, researchers, athletes, designers.
Wow, what a great week we've had, and just think the adventure is just beginning. Amazing. Academic families cherish numerous traditions, and among them, one stands out, the alma mater. Today, we are honored to present a harmonious collaboration of our diverse singing groups. They will grace us with a rendition of the alma mater, and we kindly request everyone to join in afterward. Please rise to your feet if you're able as we celebrate this cherished moment together. It's with great pleasure that we welcome Father Jordan Lenahan, the Institute chaplain, to lead us in a moment of benediction. Please join me in giving him your full attention as he imparts his words of blessing upon us. Thank you.
If you're so inclined, I would invite you to bow your heads. As we leave this gathering to welcome our new students, we open our hearts to the promise and potential that each of you bring. May this new chapter of your lives be filled with curiosity and growth, and may you find inspiration and encouragement in every challenge you encounter. May your journey here be marked by the pursuit of knowledge, the discovery of your passions, and the forging of meaningful connections. As you embark on this academic adventure at RPI, may you find support in your peers, guidance from your mentors, and strength from within. We celebrate the diverse backgrounds and perspectives that each of you contributes to our community. May this institute be a place where you feel valued, where you can freely explore and express your ideas, and where mutual respect and understanding flourish. With open minds and open hearts, we look forward to the contribution you will make in the ways in which you will grow. Welcome to this new beginning. We are better and we are richer because you now are part of our community. We are excited to begin this journey with you, and we wish you every blessing. Amen, and welcome to RPI.
Welcome to the Rensselaer family. Now that you've been inducted and have joined in singing our alma mater, it's time for celebration. Please join us outside for some ice cream, where you'll have an opportunity to connect with the members of the Institute leadership team and your fellow classmates. Kindly stand if you're able and remain in place until the stage party has left the arena. Congratulations.